if it were your city, as an American, wouldn't it bother you if an emergency manager were appointed in your city and your vote was negated because they had ran into financial difficulty?
I don't know. I guess you're part of, you may have a mortgage or whatever, and I don't know what happens to you if you don't pay your mortgage.
Well, that's really, you keep focusing on the financial aspects of this. I'm focusing on the democracy aspect. And that's what bothers me, is democracy is not...
I've said this the fourth time now for you. I'm in favor of refining this so that we can get a more democratic approach to this. And that has to do with the civic capital strengthening, broaden the base, work with people over the 5 years, make it part of the legislation that this has to happen.
Well, I guess, okay, I'm glad we have this opportunity now, because it seems to be like your talking point. But what you're saying, what I hear you saying, is that, okay, we are supposed to have elected officials in this country, whether it's at the national level or the local level. And we vote those in as Americans, whether 1,400 people participate or 60 million people participate at the national level. We have a democracy. We're supposed to vote people in that we trust to not only manage the fiscal aspects of our government, but also, any other aspects of our government. You seem to be okay with doing away with elected officials.
The primary
just because they're not doing the best job they can, or that you think they can.
It's not me. It's the state of Michigan Constitution. You're talking to the wrong guy if you want that changed. I mean, cities are subsets of the state of Michigan. If they fail, the next layer takes up the slack. And that's the way they've chosen to do it through your legislature. They've said, okay, here's Public Act 4 in the case where these people fail. But it is the #1 duty of an elected official. The #1 duty is the fiduciary responsibility. So
but isn't the solution then to just vote them out? If they're not doing a good job managing the fiscal responsibilities?
You would think that that's what would happen.
But
and in a timely enough fashion that they wouldn't get to the part where they couldn't pay their bills. But when you get to the part where nobody can pay their bills, what do? If you're the state of Michigan, you're the sort of the parent agency. You need to step in, I guess. I mean, that's what the legislature has ordained. And the people approve the Constitution.
Well, do you think they're right the way they've approached the problem in putting these?
I said there are two elements that should
I know. You keep. Thank you. I've heard that one several times.
Actually, could you define those two elements? I would appreciate it. Just
the define elements.
Yeah, the two.
Civic capital.
Okay.
Capital infrastructure.
Okay.
Civic capital is engaging and making a new construct of leaders in the community. Capital infrastructure is preparing the community to have a new economy. So
that sounds like to me is saying to the Chamber of Commerce, saying to the Rotary Club, you now have a voice. Not only do the elected officials who are under our form of government tasked with that ability to manage the finances of our government, now you're saying, okay, we want the Rotary Club, we want the Chamber of Commerce, we want ALEC to come in and make the financial decisions for the city.
I didn't say ALEC.
Well, that's what ALEC does.
Well, I think if you just maintain the position you've got, that it's just wrong, maybe that's the solution. But I see that there's refinement needed, and then other refinements can be made later.
Well, that's what ALEC thinks, I think, is, well, we can just refine government so that it's all profitized and privatized. That's what the emergency managers seem to be doing, is just selling off assets.
Incidentally, they're having the same argument in Portugal, Greece, France. I mean, it's not a particular issue, and it has to do with the fact that when you borrow money and you owe money, even a private citizen with a home mortgage, if you don't pay your bill, something happens.